close the brand.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dying times here.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Game Day. You'll see we're kind of short someone. Martine won't be here today. He's dealing with the most vile thing ever created by man, bureaucracy.
Yes. Red tape.
Yep.
I feel for him.
Yeah, so he's got to get his passport renewed. So we'll be short him. But fortunately, I'm joined by some great people. Anima Confuses here. To always point out what I miss.
With chat for him. I can mess with chat. I can't produce. I don't know how to start or end shows. But
yeah, I can handle that.
I can do that. Good.
And of course, we got Joe's Atmosphere, who's always available to troll me.
Yes, always. You are my good friend when it comes to trolling. You troll me, I troll you. It's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
And we got really used to starting and ending our week by trolling John.
There you go.
Mondays and Fridays.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be a permanent thing because our normal day is going to be Wednesday, and I'm already prepped for that because we're starting Starfield. I've even got the background already set up on the channel.
Really? Next Wednesday you're going to go ahead and do it?
Yep.
Nice.
I hope
I just got done watching game ranks before you buy on it, and it looks like a Bethesda game, man.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I don't know if you've watched that or not, but it's a little buggy, but nothing you can't deal with, nothing that breaks the game. They say the shipbuilding is equivalent to your Fallout 4 base building, really. And apparently you can do both in the game. You can build a base on a planet and you can build a ship. But they really got hooked on the shipbuilding from what I understand. So
yeah, I'll be playing that for here, but I'll also be playing one for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, if you really get into it, dude, you need to do it on Tuesdays on your own channel too.
Yeah, I will.
You know that.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Because if it's anything like Fallout 4, I'm going to end up putting thousands of hours into the game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like they said if you're a Bethesda fan, you're going to dig it. So
yeah.
They said the highlights as far as the gameplay and everything are the towns and it said there's a lot of game there. A lot of it.
Yeah.
And they said something. They said like the exploration left a little bit to be desired. But I mean, I'm like this. If they've got the rest of it down, they can always DLC the fucking exploration a little bit better. Excuse my friend.
Nice. Look who's just joined. Hi, Keith.
We got a surprise
what's going on, man?
Keith,
hey.
That really is a surprise.
I thought I would check out what the show's all about from this side.
Well,
trolling Tom, more or less.
Yeah, it's all about making fun of me when I miss and whenever I do stupid stuff.
Oh, well, how is that different from when I play?
None.
Yeah.
The host is the player is always the target of the trolling.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah,
but I just started to start out today as sad Keanu sitting on the bench.
You know what? I thought the sad Keanu got replaced by the sad Ben. Wasn't that retired? Because we went through the Keanu-sance.
That's true, but still, it's sad Keanu because.
Oh, you're just never let that go. You're just trolling my man Keanu. Okay,
no, I like the sad Keanu meme.
Lady V is in.
Hey, welcome, Lady V, and Apollome's minions.
Now it's going to be fun.
Apollome's minions sent me a while back a really cool picture. You know the bead art where they have the little tiny beads and they make pictures? Here, let me show you. Sure. I have it on my wall.
That's bead art?
Yep.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Put that full screen, please.
Yeah, put that full screen.
Yeah.
Anima, can you do that for me?
How?
You tap the square up top left of his of
here,
his
I'll
window.
get it. I'll get it. Yep. I've got two hands.
Yep, you do. You could do it. Wow, man. Well, you just popped it right back. And he keeps popping it back.
There we go.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's beat
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
A reminder of when the MCU was actually good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah.
We may never see that again.
Hey. Now, Keith, I thought you were like me. I thought you were glass half full. Come on, man.
Yeah. Well,
you know what? Yeah, but then I drink it and realize, well, it's gone.
Yeah, right. I know.
And they don't want
himself. That's so sad.
Well, look, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm going to rail against the dying of the light. Damn it.
Yeah.
I was there once.
Dude, they've beaten you down that bad, Keith? Come on.
No. The exact opposite. I've resigned myself that basically anything that Disney owns at this point has been infected and must be duly cleaned out.
You're not giving it the energy anymore. I got you. Yes.
No, I'm at an age where I have to, figure out where I want to most decide to expend energy, and
that's it.
Yeah, we've only got so much energy left, so
Wow, you went right there.
Speak for yourselves, guys. Okay, I'm right around the same age as you dudes, and I'm Peter Pan. I refuse to grow up. Okay,
I feel so much younger than I actually am now. When you're talking like that, I feel like I'm in my 20s.
You know what?
I'm not, but
Anima, you and Joe are so useful. John is extremely youthful. I just feel so worn sometimes, but I'm not giving up. I'm just conserving energy. That's all.
I got you.
That's important.
I'm still very hopeful about what could
get
be
out of
accomplished.
town. You definitely get this. Do you do it on YouTube or anything like that, Apollo? She said she's her next project is original crew of Star Trek in beat art.
Nice.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
When you say the original crew, you mean the crew, or do you mean the K crew,
or
the JJ crew?
No, Apollo's minion. It's the real crew, not the pretenders.
Well, in case you've never heard me say this before, everybody, there is only one Star Trek legally. Not even as a fan perspective. Legally, there is only one Star Trek, and all the other shows are either spin-offs, remakes, or sequels because of the Writers Guild. That's the reason why you have to name it something else. You can't call any other series Star Trek.
No. And that's awesome.
So,
because I like my captain to shoot first and ask questions later.
I just like my captain to be intelligently written.
Yeah.
I like my crew to be written by people that have actually read books.
I like
that's becoming a rare thing.
I like my crew to be masculine and feminine in the proper context.
Oh my god!
Hey,
I like my shows not being written by AI because that's what it feels like.
That's exactly it.
You want to talk about a great feminine role model? Tell me there wasn't a better. feminine role model than Uhura in the original show of Star Trek. I mean, come on, man. Give me a break.
Well, a lot of the women of that period were written so well. I mean, come on, tell me that April Dancer was not written very well for the girl from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You know,
what was the other show? The Avengers. That British spy show. Oh my god!
All of them were written very well. Yep. You're talking what? Five ladies for the Avengers, and 2 of them became Bond girls.
Yep. John, where are you going on the map there, dude? I see you're hitting the map there.
Yeah. I actually popped up. There's a Baldur's Gate 3 interactive map, and I tabbed over here to look and make sure that I'm going to go to the right place.
Google is your friend. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I keep hearing.
Well, before, when he first started, John, he was just blindly exploring, and he kept having to walk back and forth to different things. He's cutting down on that for the viewers' sake, I think. With this map. Yeah. So
just because Kingspot Cal was bitching so much about all the walking,
right?
To cut that down.
AI will continue. Google will continue to be our friend as long as AI allows it.
Yeah. What's that? Tim, is that the one that's in For Your Eyes Only? I think was the name of the
Hi, Tim.
movie. He's saying one Bond girl was born a man. True story. Yeah. I heard
Tallulah.
That. Isn't it the girl in For Your Eyes Only? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep.
Oh, look, I've got some more things to kill.
Killing things.
Yep.
You know what?
And they did that today, it'd be all over. But really, that story went kind of under the radar when that movie came out.
Yeah.
And I did make a new friend. I have the bear this time to test its tanking abilities.
Aha. Cool.
Wow. Every time I hear that, I think, wow, making new friends. New friends. Well, what is this, kindergarten? You're gathering killers.
Look out.
That's a matter of opinion.
Oh, it's a matter of opinion now. Okay, so you didn't make this new friend to help you kill things.
No, he's had the bear. It's just he hasn't used him as a tank. He'd been using the warhog.
Oh,
the warhog.
So basically, the word "friend" is in quotations. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
It's my ranger companion.
Oh.
Ow.
Cover me.
Kind of like it's kind of like a familiar for a wizard. You know what I mean? How they have a bird with them or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like a certain actor with a head injury talking about his lower dark side companion. Got it.
Oh man. Oh me. Okay, let's see.
I shot my own guy.
Don't do that, man.
That's a you thing, man.
It's the guy. It's the guys with the red outline. You're supposed to shoot.
And of course, your own guy you don't miss, just the enemies. Oh.
Right? He didn't miss at all when he shot his own person. Right.
I hear they allow you to do that in K-Trek Online. Then you get to use the Michael Burnham. Yeah. Then you get to use the Michael Burnham defense, which is I'm Michael Burnham. Oh, well, all is forgiven.
Are you talking about Star Trek Online, the video game?
Oh, isn't that what I said?
Right.
You said K-Trek Online.
I was confused. I didn't know.
Oh, K-Trek Online? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's K-Trek Online.
Yeah, they added Star Trek Online has added
Star Trek Online has every iteration of Star Trek in it. Yeah. I've played it a bunch. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me just warn you, anything that is under the purview of the current people doing it, everything's been altered just enough to fit what they wanted to fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like that biography they put out of Captain James T. Kirk. Guarantee you it's filled with stuff that is meant to favor the K-Trek universe and not anything that you learned in Star Trek.
Are you seeing what Real Wade Nation is saying here, man? Are you saying
Oh.
this? He is talking some serious smack. Dude, this ain't even my show. Relax with that. We're watching John.
All I'm gonna say is that, Wade, that you need to watch what you're saying, because you may say something that you can't. Write a check that you can't.
Write a check your body can't cash. That's it. You do understand I've played now, unlike you, who is not old enough to have done this, I have played every version of Madden that's ever existed, bro.
Yes.
Okay. So you may want to just watch it. Of course, he'll have an advantage because I'll be drinking that night. By the way, Keith, we're playing online. You can see me and him do it next Tuesday at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not as familiar with all the different versions of Madden, but have they come up with an ultimate Madden, meaning that you can be any NFL player in the history of the NFL?
Yeah, it's called Ultimate Team. As a matter of fact, that's why the game has become so stale. They make so much money off of Ultimate Team that's all they focus on. They keep rehashing the same game every year, and now they put all their focus into which players they're going to put into Ultimate Team.
Yep.
Whoa! Wait! They haven't figured out how to basically do what we're doing, what John's doing right now, which is try to create an open source world to where you can have access to, at the very least, to any player that's actually in the Hall of Fame right now, to allow you to create.
They do, but this is the deal. They make money off of it, buddy. It's their biggest source of revenue now. What they do is they offer them in packs, just like trading cards. And
like
you have to buy the packs with real world money. I have seen guys spend hundreds of dollars to build their Ultimate Team to get certain cards they want.
I know what I want.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I want. I want the 2001 Rams.
2001 Rams?
Yeah.
Is Warner still on that team, or is it Bulger?
That's the greatest show on turf.
That's right, baby.
That was 99.
No, they were still together. They just had a bad coach.
I understand. Yeah, they had Mike Marks. I understand. We are talking about the team that played the Patriots and lost. Yeah. Okay.
You went there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did go there because it did happen. I'm sorry. I did.
We don't hesitate here, Keith. We don't hesitate to go places.
I was just gonna say, if you decided to just keep Dick Vermeil on the team, I think things would have gone differently.
Well, that's the beauty of Ultimate Team. You can build that team, and then you can get Dick Vermeil as your head coach. Yeah, because they have the coaches in Ultimate Team too. Yeah, it's a genius way to make money, and they make millions of dollars off of this.
Oh, jeez.
That's why. Yes, I am a Pats fan. My dad's from Boston. I don't want to get disowned, you asshat. You know that. Anyway, Oh,
don't worry, Joe. He's just
really
feeling a little deflated.
Way. Yeah, well, see, everybody that hates the Patriots, you know this as well as I do. The same people hated the Steelers in the 70s. The same people hated the Niners in the 80s, right? They hated the Cowboys in the 90s, right?
And they hate the Chiefs now.
And they hate the Chiefs now. Yeah. So,
Joe, I gotta tell you something, man. Okay.
Go.
Nothing personal, but you got to understand that when I came into this world, I was born into a Browns fan.
Oh, there you go.
The Browns left me, became a Rams fan, and both of them have kind of like had run-ins with a certain coach.
Yep.
History with a certain coach. So,
yep.
I admire his knowledge, but I'm not the biggest fan of the man as a fan.
Yeah. It sounds like you feel like him about the same way as I feel about John Elway when he played, because I'm a Seahawks fan and I hated that man when he played. But you know what? There near the end of his career, when he was getting old, and they ended up playing the Packers, when they got Terrell Davis, when he got a running game, when they actually built a team around him instead of just hanging, having a great defense and the entire offense was him, right? When they actually got a balanced team around him, I rooted for him because I wanted him to retire and go away. I really did. I wanted him to go away, because I was tired of losing to him all the time. And so I say that to say that I hated him when he played, but I respect the stuff that he did. I mean, really, he's the greatest quarterback that the Denver Broncos have ever had. And he look, three of the 5 Super Bowls he took that team to, he drug them on his back along with the defense.
Joe, you want to take care of that comment that I highlighted? What's that about?
The Patriots cheated, of sorts.
Yeah, Well, I'm just going to tell you what Jimmy Johnson said, because I have to hear it from Cowboys fans here living in Louisiana, okay? And
Cowboy fans have opinions?
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
They're rather loud about it too, and they call them the Cheatriots and stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, look,
geez.
Let's see. The NFL should have said we are taking over the Browns, and Art Modell would get an expansion team in Baltimore instead. Yes, you're absolutely right, Tim. I think if you sell out your stadium every damn year, they should make you have to stay in that town. There should be a bylaw that says that.
Yes.
Because Browns fans are some of the most loyal fans in the world. They didn't deserve
Rams fans too. Rams fan got taken.
Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What Kroenke did was worse than what Art Modell did to the Browns.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the history of the Rams organization. I really don't.
Basically, all you need to know is that the owner tried to act like he was interested in staying, and he wasn't. No. And he
sounds like the San Diego owner. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And basically he screwed St. Louis. But the NFL, though, they should have had the next team go to St. Louis. There is absolutely no reason why there is no team in St. Louis right now.
I know. I'm with you on that one. I think I think the Cardinals should go there and change their uniforms. Yeah. Or maybe even the baseball team's the Cardinals, so that works. Yeah, they could stay the Cardinals and go back there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
Fire! Don't stand in the fire.
I can't do anything about it. I didn't expect the secondary explosion.
Nobody expects the secondary explosion.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Oh my God.
You got that, didn't you?
No, that's a running thing. Yeah, of course it is. That's a running thing with this is John somehow ending up in a fire at some point.
Wow.
The first day he played this, he killed himself walking through a fire.
And I got stuck in the fire because I didn't know how to get them up and get them out of the fire. So
I may not be a smart man, but I know how fire feels.
I know
there's
how
a
fire
feels
feels
meme
too, but
there's a famous meme for us gamers, Keith, and it's because a lot of games have healers. This class that heals the entire group up, and there's a famous meme of Palpatine standing over Anakin's limbless body, all burnt up, right? And he's sitting there hovering over him, going, "Healers be like, why did you stand in the fire?" Guys, I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee. I'll be right
back when I was playing Guild Wars, our healers were always bitching that we're making their job so hard.
You know what though? John knows I love him. John knows he's good people.
I've been friends with Keith for a very long time.
Yeah, quite a few presidents.
Yep.
I'm not going to say how many presidents there was, but
no.
Let's not date ourselves here.
No, let's not do that. But look, the way I look at it is having people have a laugh with you, sometimes at you. That's par for the course. I get people laughing at me all the time. You
just need to have a sense of humor. Life is so much easier when you do.
It is, and I put myself into situations where I know occasionally I'll get made fun of. That's me playing Warzone because I like to play Warzone a lot.
Yeah.
But that's only because I like shooting things and blowing stuff up real good. And
Yeah. Well, I don't generally play shooters.
oh, you got to team up with us sometime in Warzone. I think
Oh.
we're in the middle of trying to put together a whole PCM squad in Warzone. That way we can.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I think we could pretty much do that in Warzone.
Yeah.
Get us all on there. Just get us all playing and taking out the noobs.
Yeah, you realize I'm not going to be very good.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try. It's enough
John.
that Gary wants to get me started play Call of Duty. I suspect he only wants to use me as a human shield. He knows I'm good with that. No fucking way. I mean, I really enjoy watching him or other people play.
You have to know you have to know the limits of what you're playing in, like this current version of Warzone, where
you gotta be talking about Call of Duty, right?
Oh yeah. Well, you can talk to the members of your squad, except for this iteration, you can eventually be heard by another team that's coming after you. So any team in the area, they can eventually start listening in, and you can hear them. So I like having fun with that. I was with a group of guys where they had us pretty much quartered off, and they were taking everybody out one by one, and I was the last one left. So they're joking around, asking me to come outside. They promised not to shoot. I said, well, why don't you do me a favor? Since I'm a little hurt here, why don't you guys come on inside and come get me? I took out three members of their squad. So
funneling them right through the door. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have a
makes it easy day.
It's an unusual one.
It's awesome.
Apparently, there's traps all over the place.
Traps. You know what? Just treat this game like Lost.
Let me tell you, Keith, he's very good at not missing traps.
So he's the trap finder. Got it.
I don't even know why I'm over here.
Yeah, you do. You're seeking out more traps.
Yeah.
Hey, something bit me.
Hey, some people pay good money for that.
I'm still
Jeez.
Yeah, and there's absolutely nothing over here.
Well, given the gameplay, how would you rate this so far?
Oh, it's definitely a 9 out of 10.
So you're saying these people should go ahead and be given the license to do an open world kind of John Wick type world?
Oh, yeah.
Good. It's about darn time for that. I would definitely play it if it were all John Wick style.
Oh, John
Create
Wick
your own
RPG would be awesome.
It would be awesome.
The world of John Wick? Heck yes.
Are you looking forward to that streaming series they're going to do about the
Continental?
Heck yes. It's got Mel Gibson in it. I was down. I was down because it was part of John Wick, even before I found out Mel Gibson was a part of it. And now that they've released pictures from it, I'm beyond down with it. So look forward to that and the ballerina.
Hey, maybe we can scare up a few dusty bottles of wine.
Yeah, I got tired of walking through traps, so I just fast traveled. And these goblins aren't hostile, so
Non-hostile goblins.
Yeah, I didn't attack these guys.
Well, non-hostile goblins. That's like saying, "Oh no, I was about to make a Dallas Cowboys joke there. I'm not going to do it."
Yeah.
What's funny is I rooted for the Cowboys when I was a kid. Actually, I wasn't a Cowboys fan. I was a Captain America fan. If you know what I'm talking about.
There you go. Yeah.
That's that's who I was a fan of. But when the Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were expansion teams, in '76. I was 11, and I flipped a coin. I've been a Seahawks fan since day one, and to this day, Steve Largent is still my favorite player ever. So,
Okay.
yeah,
You just like that hit he laid on.
Dude, he says it himself. He said it's my favorite play I ever made. My favorite play, a tackle, not a catch. Yeah.
Look,
Yep.
I'm
No doubt.
telling you right now, if you've never been to the Hall of Fame, go. If you are an NFL fan, you need to go.
I do want to go badly. Yes.
It's like going to Mecca. I'm telling you, it's got a healing property to the whole thing.
Man, I tell you, the first time I went to an NFL game, and I didn't go to a game until me and Foxy got together, my current wife, and it was in 2001. My first game, I saw so much history, buddy. First of all, when I walked in, and remember, like I said, when I was young, I was a Cowboys fan, and it was at Texas Stadium. It was before I will never go see a Cowboys game in the new one. I will not do it. I've been to Texas Stadium 3 times for 3 different games, but the first one I went to was matter of fact. Hang on a second, I've got the ticket stub right here.
Yeah, holy ground, Highlander, holy ground. Remember
This
what Ramirez taught
is
you.
from the Seattle Seahawks visiting the Dallas Cowboys on October 27th, 2002.
Wow.
And you probably don't know the lore behind this, but there's a reason why I keep this. It's the day that Emmitt Smith broke Walter Payton's rushing record. I was there. And it was, what a day. I mean, my Seahawks won by a field goal. I got to see Peyton's record fall. And I got so many signatures on my helmets. It wasn't even funny because we're leaving after a long day. I mean, they had a celebration for him afterwards where Walter's family got on the big screen talking to him. It was and stuff. It was really neat. And we're all just exhausted. And we have to walk all the way across this parking lot because the guy we went with worked for a company that had cell towers out there. So we just parked at one of the cell tower locations close to the stadium. Right in the fenced-in area, and so we had a long slog to go. And my wife, we're just coming out of the stadium, and my wife goes, "Joe, that's Sean Alexander." I said, "What are you talking about?" I look, and sure enough, there's a big ass bus there with a metal railing set up. The Seahawks are going to the bus, and they're signing autographs. I got Matt Hasselbeck's signature, Sean Alexander's signature, Doug Evans, who played for I think Mississippi State or Ole Miss, one of those Mississippi teams in college. That was a cornerback for him back then. John Hilliard. I mean, I got a bunch of signatures on my helmets. And, of course, Matt Hasselbeck takes up half a helmet with his signature. Those guys are so friggin' nutty, man. It's not even funny, the quarterbacks. But anyway, it was cool because Sean Alexander had his Fellowship of Christian Athletes shirt on. You know, he's a devout Christian. And it was great to meet him. I mean, all of that, the first game I went to. You know what I mean? And my wife and I, we're trying to go to a game in every stadium. We've been to the Georgia Dome, Texas Stadium, of course, New Orleans, because we're in Louisiana. We've been there a couple of times. I guess the farthest we've gone is Miami. We went to see her beloved Dolphins play when Brett Favre was still with the Packers. He crushed them that day. It was We're trying.
I've been to 3 NFL games. All of them Rams.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, that was a religious experience for me.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was just amazing.
Yep.
That's what really makes me sad because everybody in St. Louis really supported the Rams.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just, that was hard to take, man, when they announced that they were moving.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, and the Browns fans didn't deserve it either. If you have a loyal fan base, I really think there should be a bylaw that if you sell out that stadium every year, you should not be able to move a team. Should be able to. That's just wrong.
Well, it's either that or there's a guarantee that that team, that city, deserves the very next team that comes in, no matter what.
Right.
Now, for me, I just don't think that they deserved, when they left to go to Baltimore, I just don't think they deserved to take all the hardware with them.
Right. They should have had
the
leave
trophies. the trophies should have stayed in Cleveland. That to me was the worst part of it. It's one thing because you are the owner, you can take your team wherever you got to go. But the trophies, it should have stayed. It should have stayed in Cleveland. It was not right.
Right. Real quick, John. Is this Bilbo Baggins watching the trolls?
No, actually, the trolls are kind of like the sharks in what is it, Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
whatever.
Gotcha.
The food not friend. They actually do that line, but
wow. Okay.
But I tried to tell them that I don't have the 500 gold to pay them to fight for me. But I did on my other playthrough that's now kaput because I had the game crash and it took my entire campaign with it.
What? How is that possible? You were saving it, weren't you?
Yeah, I know, but it corrupted the whole.
Oh, it corrupted the file?
Yeah. So when it crashed. So
John, I know your pain, man. I know it happened. It happened with my PlayStation.
It was 29 hours.
And it took out a bunch of stuff. Like, for instance, my Spider-Man game on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
I played the entire game. And it doesn't remember any of it. It's still listed, but every time I try to play the game, it acts like I haven't done it.
Yeah, I hate that.
And so I got to replay the entire game again to get back all the stuff that I had won.
Yeah. Wow. So I started with a new character. Instead of playing a paladin, I'm playing a bard. They're more fun anyway. I think. But but this update 2 is out. But it wanted to update it this morning and I wouldn't let it. So, but anyway, to go over these ogres, if you convince them, either pay them money or convince them that they can have their fill of whatever meat's left on the battlefield, which is a hard sell. It's a 20.
Wait. So you're allowing them to just eat the dead?
Yeah, that was my offer, but I rescinded it because I failed that roll. But yeah, my other character did that.
Everything's dice rolls in this game. Yeah.
There's a reason why he's a Oathbreaker Paladin, or he was an Oathbreaker Paladin, because I could never keep to the oath.
Wow.
But this one, so I mean,
so commitment's not real high on your list.
Yeah, well, for that character it wasn't. Yeah, but the problem is you would break your oath if you would choose the wrong answer.
I see you got all their armor matching again. That's cool.
Yeah, everybody's in black.
Got it. The Goth Squad.
Yeah.
Led by Goth Girl right there with the helmet on. Yay.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to turn off her helmet, but I'll do that.
It's okay. It's always important to make sure you're wearing a helmet.
Yeah, but anyway, so but you get a horn that'll call him. If you fight them, he's got a helm of intellect, or a band of intellect that I want to get for. I'm going to jump them. In other words,
you're going to do what to them?
I'm going to attack them.
He's going to attack them. Jump is not the correct lingo, man. Not with this crowd, bro. Makes it. I mean, this game already has its erotica problems, if you know what I'm saying.
I heard that, man.
John, the first experience John had with it was when one of his party members, who is not here right now, was sucking his neck in the middle of the night. A vampire character.
Yeah, one of the characters turned out to be a vampire.
Yeah, there's a lot of messed up, nasty stuff in this game. Like, remember when we made him open that door?
Oh my God! Wow. Yeah, I learned my lesson. If John says I don't really want to do this, I'm just going to say, okay, then don't do it, because I said, look, man, don't tease us like that. Open the door, and it was small and this giant female troll. It was just really weird.
Oh, ooh.
But the stream didn't get taken down.
No, it didn't, because I mean,
I still don't know how.
unless you really know what they're doing, you can't tell what's going on there. I mean, they're fully clothed and everything. There's no nudity or anything like that. So.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't need that in my brain.
I know, man. It's just I was like, oh, okay, no, we don't need to do this anymore.
Oh.
Join our pain, Keith. Join our
pain. Man.
Pain.
Oh, see, I got to play a video game just to get that out there. Oh man!
What is your favorite game?
For right now, it is Warzone because I like playing. I like meeting people. I like the fact that now it doesn't matter what kind of console you're on. You can meet people that are Xbox fans or PC fans. Because I'm a PlayStation guy, and so I love just like being parts of groups where it's just people playing different systems, enjoying the game.
Yeah,
So
did you see the story that they're going to have their chat moderated by AI here pretty quick? Did you see that?
No, really?
Yeah, I saw it on the Quarterings channel yesterday. Yes,
who's getting their chat moderated?
Call of Duty is going to have their chat moderated by.
He said
AI.
duty.
Yeah, I said duty. I love duty. Yes. Yeah, and apparently, we know how good AI works at filtering out things and stuff.
Yeah.
So that should be very interesting. I got a feeling you're going to have a lot of cases of two friends talking smack to each other, and one of them getting bounced from the servers because of something he said to his friend, that's totally taken out of context because AI is going to be monitoring it. So it sounds like it's going to add a new and refreshing bug to the game and make you jump through hoops just to play it. So yeah.
Oh man. So basically
I just figured I'd warn you, Keith, if you're a fan of the game, that's coming.
That'll explain a lot when I start to complain, man, this sucks, and I get bounced.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll loot later, but yeah, I just took out the smart ogre.
Very good. You always want to take the smart one out first, right?
Yep.
That way you can manipulate the dummies. Yeah.
I'm just gonna. Oh, we got one goblin. Thought he's gonna do something.
We got a homer on high ground. You got a ladder close to you, so you can jump up there and get him. Oh, these guys are moving around. What's the war bear doing? I see you got some armor on his head now.
Well, the war bear has used goading smash that forces everyone if they attack someone other than the bear, they're at disadvantage.
Okay.
Which means they roll 2 dice and take the lower of the number.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is War Bear, not to be confused with Erotica Bear that you've seen in other videos.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't have to, huh?
Yes, I did. I mean, we got to, tell the truth on this channel.
Oh
yeah.
Oh.
Got to make it clear.
There's a video out there, and if you can actually manipulate it so you have sex with a bear. It's not really a bear.
Why do we have? Oh,
it's a druid that shape changed into a bear. But see, I'm not doing any of that stuff at all.
No, as a matter of fact, the whole thing with the vampire, he was like, "Oh, I can't quit this either. Shoot!" Right in the middle of it.
Oh wow! So he got on top of John and he said, "I can't quit you."
That was it. But what was funny was the game crashed and he had to reload past that point, and when it came up again, he told the guy to go to hell.
Yeah. I was like, no.
We're not doing this again, pal.
Yeah.
It was just a little too
clingy.
Homoerotic.
Yeah.
Is what it,
yeah.
What it looks
Sucks
like.
to be you.
But anybody that knows vampire stories and vampire lore, there's a lot of that in those stories. So
yeah. Well, first of all, you just don't invite them in. It's like,
that's it. Don't do that. Yeah.
You can't proceed. You cannot invade.
And that's what he did when we had to reload the game. That's exactly what he did.
My girl
What the
cleaning
hell?
house.
Wow, you took them down with the quickness. You must be leveling up fast in this game, dude.
I'm only 5th level.
I don't know. I'm
Okay.
just saying those were big enemies you just took out.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, look, correct me if I'm wrong, but a week ago it would have taken him a half an hour to take those guys out.
Yeah, a week ago he was way more squishy than now.
Yeah,
He didn't-
I mean, yeah.
It's not my word, Keith.
I'm not talking out of school here, John. Really, I'm not.
No,
You're
not.
leveling up. Yeah, that and you're getting better at the tactical part of the game. So
I think you're almost to Leroy Jenkins level.
oh no, we don't want to do that in this game. No.
Oh no,
No.
I've done that. It's not exactly a good tactic. Oh, good. That one didn't even bother coming over here. So let's see. I need to go. It's over here.
They should just go ahead and make that a character in these games that you can spend a little money to get on your team temporarily.
What's that?
Yeah.
A Leroy Jenkins type character.
Yeah, right. A Leroy Jenkins skin, or the voice at least, right?
Or a curse where it's added to a team you don't like, and they
Ooh, yeah, that just randomly makes one of their team just rush in.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that is one of the funniest videos of all time.
It is.
It really
it's
is.
a funny video, but
Oh my god,
you hate
It's
that guy's
fake.
guts so much.
right?
It's
If
fake.
you're playing with them, yeah, you definitely hate them. But look, everybody that plays these games has played with somebody like that at some point.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they're usually the first one to get booted. These
Leroy Jenkins.
my favorite game is called DC Universe Online, and it's superheroes, right?
Yep.
And you see this a lot in especially 8-man raids. If you're doing what we call pugging, which is pickup groups, which means people you don't even know getting together and doing an 8-man raid, right?
Yep.
If you do that and somebody is just messing up left and right, you'll see people vote to kick somebody from the group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's usually what happens to the Leroy Jenkins of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They usually end up getting booted.
I played that for a while because I created my own version of Icon for DC Online.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
There you go. You didn't like it? I love it.
No, I liked it. It's just that I started getting into Call of Duty and stuff more.
Yeah.
And eventually, Call of Duty just sort of took over my life because I really had to rain down on all the noobs I came across.
I hear you. Well, listen, Call of Duty, it's that's a pick up and play game after a while. Once you've got it set up the way you want it, that's just a pick up and play thing. Friggin' DCUO, look, there was a time, I can tell you right now, I spent $1,000 the first decade I played that game, 600 of it just on membership. Okay.
Wow.
Because it was like $10-15 a month to play it. And they have a free to play way to do it now, and that's what I go with. But I mean, let me tell you, that game right there becomes a job if you really want to be at the top end of it, because you have to play every day just to collect up enough, currency to buy the kind of gear you need to be end game quality. It's tough, man. It turns into a job. There's certain things you have to do every day to get the bonuses
I
you
might
need.
have made a mistake.
Uh-oh. What did you do? What did you do, Ray?
I kind of woke up some undead.
Dude, really?
Oh man.
Why
You don't have a spell
did
where
you
you
do
can
that?
talk to them? And like maybe say, hey.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up here.
Grab your boomstick.
And
He's playing the part of Martin today, boys and girls. He's looking for a shotgun.
This is my boomstick.
I'm going to turn undead.
What?
So that means
There you
they
go.
have to run away from me.
That's right. That's why I asked if you had a way to do something, because there's ways you can manipulate undead in this game.
Hey,
You can
Real Wade, Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna real Wayne. Disney stock is it going to affect gaming or something?
No. That's one thing that Disney really hasn't gotten into is gaming. Although they've made some good Disney type games. I mean, my kids still love Kingdom Hearts. They love that game. They think it's awesome. So
If they ever got smart and decided to do an actual Kingdom Hearts movie yet, that might be something good as long as Jon Favreau was directing. But
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, this. They keep making more undead.
Oh, Lady V, he has some business to do today. He had real life called.
He is dealing with bureaucracy,
red tape.
Poor Martin. I have no idea what Wade is doing with that.
He's saying he needs a new show to watch. He wants a recommendation.
Why is he asking me?
Because he's trying to get you involved in what's going on. Obviously. I don't know. I can't speak for Wade. He speaks in Yoda gibberish half the time.
Sometimes, yeah. Hi, Shanatsky.
Hey, Shanatsky.
Just spirit guardians.
There we go.
Well, I can say one thing. We discovered that last night when we finally had date night again. The new season of Archer has just released the first 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yep. New season of Archer's out.
Fantastic.
Cool. My brother is a huge fan.
I love Archer. That was
Half
the
of
first
my
animated series that Gary got me to watch because I thought I just didn't like animated stuff. Turns out I've just been watching the wrong stuff. I'll try
the wrong stuff. Yeah, some of the adult animated stuff is really good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He showed me Archer and I was into it. And then came Bob's Burgers and the list goes on. He's just showing all the good stuff and I'm loving it.
I am about to talk to a magic mirror. Now, this is kind of a cheat. I didn't know about the undead. That was a surprise for me.
Okay.
I never bothered to try opening those caskets before.
Okay.
Whoa. You will go along and just randomly start opening caskets? That's usually a bad thing, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
there's stuff. There's stuff.
But there's stuff in those caskets. He was suffering from FOMO. Fear of missing out.
He always needs money, so.
So I'm about to talk to a magic mirror.
Magic mirror. Love it. Go.
Magic mirror on the wall.
Who's the fairest of them? Speak your name.
Jimmy. No, I'm
Some
Jack
call
Human.
me Tim. Man, he is covered in gore, dude. You know what my mother would say if she saw this guy? I was watching the first time I showed her. What is the name? Braveheart. Yeah. First time I showed her Braveheart, you know, after that first brutal village scene with him and the mace and everything, and he's covered in gore, she said, that boy needs to go down to the brook and wash himself.
Look, Wade, throwing smack at you.
John suffers from FOMO like Joe will when I destroy him. Dude, keep talking that smack. Wade, go for it.
You know that
Welcome.
Bites you in the ass. Wade, right?
Welcome to Smack Talk.
Let's remember this. Beating me by a field goal, if you do happen to eke out a win, is not crushing me. Okay.
So just enjoy winning once it's time. Because
hey,
the guys
I don't know if
talking
I'm going to win or lose. My whole point is this.
Trivia.
I don't know if I'm going to win or lose, Anima. I've never played this guy.
Oh, I screwed up.
Now, I've seen him play online, and he makes more than his fair share of mistakes. So I know he's not.
Do you remember how the guys were talking smack about me beating them at Star Trek Trivia and I crushed them?
Yes, there you go. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to talk smack. I'm just going to call him out for talking too much smack, really. I mean, you know, hey, come on, man. But that's okay. He can talk all the smack he wants. We know how karma works, boys and girls. Keep going, dude. Pile it on. Go for it.
Smacktacular.
He says he's trying to hype it up.
Oh, okay.
You can hype it up by being just talking about how much fun it's going to be to play the game and stuff. You don't have to say you're going to crush me. But then again, if you guys watch my gaming show, I'm having cocktails the entire time too. So
Yeah.
if he beats me, I have an out. I can say, hey, look, I was really smashed. I can do that.
Yeah.
But
Drunk gaming.
that's it. Video games, cocktails, and fails. That's what it says on the
I need to make sure I catch you at least once live. Too.
Yeah.
That
Well,
sounds like
we're actually, that one I try and do late at night, when the kids go to bed at 10 o'clock Central Time. But
Yeah.
we have one that's on at 6:30 p.m. on Mondays. I do it right after 70s Rock Fans show because my friend Knock wanted me to play Knights of the Old Republic, the old Star Wars game from 2003. And when I first got this Xbox Series S, he said, okay, you have no excuse. You have to play it. And I played the first 10 shows with another friend of ours named Jed. And it was killing Knock watching the replays. He said, dude, he called me up on his way home from work one day. He said, Joe, this is killing me. You have got to schedule this when I can be on stream with you. He said, I don't want you to, because I didn't know anything about this game, and I don't play them usually, these role-playing games. Like, it's a lot like what John's playing right now, okay?
Yeah.
There's a lot of reading. There's a lot of talking to characters and stuff like that. And everybody that knows me knows that reading is not my strong suit. I mean, I can read. I'm not a total dunce. It's just when it comes to, like, reading subtitles in a movie, Rhonda reads them for me because I can't read that fast. I end up reading things over and over again. It's my Achilles heel. Okay. So he calls me up. He goes, Joe, I don't want you to hate this game because trust me, when you get done with it, you're going to want to play it through again, because of the lore and all this stuff. And that is very cool. Those parts of that game are really neat. And so anyway, I changed the time. I do it at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Mondays now for a couple hours. So, yeah.
Well,
Yep.
See, serving at the pleasure of yourself. And if there's one thing,
no, that's my friend. I did it for. I love playing it at 10 o'clock at night, but he has a long commute in Virginia to get to the DC area, and so I moved it to where and it's killing Jed because he's on the Pacific time and he hates it. I'm like, sorry, man, I didn't start playing it because it's your suggestion. It was his, and I've known Knock. Look, I've got a whole group of friends that I met playing video games. And whenever I am in an area where they're at, you really need to remove that helmet. She's a hot chick, dude. You're killing it. Yeah. But I have met several of the guys that I've played DCUO online, and I've played it since the beginning. I'm a first-year player from 2011. And Knock is one of the guys that I've met a couple of times in the real world because my dad's in the Virginia area, and we always take time out to say hi to Knock while we're in that area,
Wow.
Usually ends up being a day trip because he's he's north of where my father is. So.
Okay, good. I made it through there.
Dad's in the Virginia Beach area.
Wow.
The whole reason I'm in here is because
What are they hiding down here?
there is
you
something.
mean? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, John. I'm
There's
sorry.
something for the mage down here, and that's bracers of defense.
There you go.
Basically, they give +2 to armor class if they're not wearing armor, and a mage can't wear armor. I can also give it to a barbarian now that I stop to think about it.
Yeah.
I'll just give it to my girl.
There you go.
Well, we all try to do that.
But yeah, mages really need help with armor. Oh, no doubt, because they can't wear it. And anything like shields, magical shields or magical items that give you armor, you definitely want to give them that. No doubt.
Yeah, see, it gives her +2 to armor class. She'll be a little harder to hit now.
Yeah, when we had our first league on DC Universe Online, it was called Mythology, and we were such a tight group. We had our own website. We wrote our own open. We had an open role play thread, and we wrote 2 epic stories. I mean, like Endgame, Infinity War, Endgame, type of stories with our characters that we used on DC Universe Online. They were awesome, man. And if the Privateer, I've already talked to these guys, if the Privateer comic book is actually takes off and becomes popular and I make some money on it, I'm going to try and bring their characters in. You know what I mean? But I only want to do it if I can financially, get the right to do that with them. I don't want to do it just, without making it benefit them. You know what I mean? Because they created these characters. Yeah. So, but Nox is one of them. Nox's character is an immortal guy. He actually, when he wrote his, we all wrote backstories for our characters. I'm telling you, this group I was with the first 5 years I was on DC Universe Online, we were tight. And like I said, I've met several of them in the real world. And my gosh, when we wrote our stories, of course, I just got done plotting 2 issues of the Privateer that's covering my origin story that I wrote, right? And the one that Nock wrote, he actually put in there that he was there the day the Privateer found his dad. He was on the ship, right? Yeah. And joined the battle with those 2 and stuff. It's really cool. It became its own intertwined universe between all these characters. It was really neat. And this, this is about the time that the MCU was really kicking up and stuff, and we were all excited about it. It was a great time to be a comic book fan back then. It really was.
Yeah.
And unlike you guys, I know you're big DC fans on this channel. I never read DC. I my entire knowledge of DC I've learned from listening to you guys and playing that game. And that game's got a lot of lore in it. A lot. That's from the comic books, not the movies. You know what I mean? And
I will say this. I think there's a lot to be said for what Jack Kirby gave DC.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to be said for what Steve Ditko gave DC. As far as I'm concerned, while both of those gentlemen are, as far as I'm concerned, architects of the Marvel Universe, they are important pillars of what DC has accomplished or had accomplished. And many of their ideas are holding up the DC Universe as it stands right now. What Jack Kirby provided as far as characters like the Demon, the changes he made with the Challengers of the Unknown, OMAC, Commandy, and of course, the Fourth World.
I was fixing to say the New Gods is all Kirby, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all Kirby. That's all of his pent-up frustration that came out. Challenge of the Unknown is really his pent-up frustrations for not receiving the credit that he was due while working on Fantastic Four.
Yep.
And it proves what he has said about his ability to be able to create stories.
Yeah.
And so not only was he just a great artist, he was a great story writer. He was a great plotter. And he never really received that kind of recognition. And of course, everything that Ditko did, I just think that both those gentlemen definitely deserve to be honored for the work they did overall in general when it comes to comics. And if you're someone working for DC that's never read Kirby or Ditko, I don't think you should ever be allowed to work on one comic book ever.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You just should not be allowed.
Yeah. I hear you, man. Their impression on the world of comic books is, it goes without saying. They're on the Mount Rushmore, no doubt about it. No doubt.
There's a lot of faces there, and for both Marvel and DC, and
finish off the cult.
Well, not just them. There were several names. I'm more into the artists, and there were several names that bounced back and forth between the two. But yeah, Kirby and that bunch that wouldn't be the type of lore we have without those guys, no doubt.
Yeah.
People like Joe Shuster and a lot of what he was able to create with Jerry Siegel. I mean, everybody knows Superman, but you also have to know, Slam Bradley and Dr. Occult, which are two characters that
these things I don't know,
these are early characters, and both those guys were big science fiction fans growing up in the 1930s. So the thing about Superman is you have to understand that Superman is first and foremost a science fiction character.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are those who try to argue that he's not. He is. He is a science fiction character. He just happens to be a superhero, yes. But that is the way Siegel and Schuster did it. They explain to people, they break it down, and there are still some people that refuse to even believe the creators of the character. And that's the reason why when it came time to make the film Man of Steel, why Zack Snyder did what he did in creating everything with Krypton. The story of Superman is a science fiction story, first and foremost. If you don't understand that, you really don't understand Superman. There's a lot of heart in there. There's a lot of heartfelt stuff, especially when you get to the stuff with the Kents. But first and foremost, it is a science fiction story. That's how it started out.
Now, I got to tell you, one of the reasons why I never got into Superman was when I did dip my toe in the pond. It was during the time in the 70s when it was wholly just total camp. I mean, I remember because I came up on the Marvel comics. My brother was a huge Hulk fan. I was a Spider-Man fan. I've got an issue of the first one that I ever got over here on the wall. I'll pull it down and show you here in a minute. But that's what I grew up on. Fantastic Four is the first family to me, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
And I'm still waiting to see a great movie of that. I mean, I like the Jessica Alba ones, but just much like most of the superhero stuff coming out at that time, it was more a theatrical thing, not a comic book thing. But I tell you, I dipped my toe into Superman one time. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get one of these and give it a try. I keep hearing how great this guy is and stuff. And I read it. And the one I read was where Superman's secret identity was found out by the entire world. The entire world knew who he was. And how does he solve it? He super hypnotizes the entire fucking planet. I was like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever read in my life. And I put it down. I never came back to it. But after playing the DC Universe Online game, and of course, here's the funny thing. I never liked the comic books, but boy, I love the movies. I love the Christopher Reeve Superman, and I really dug it,
Let me tell you this, Joe, and I may have told you this before, but seeing as how you're such a Marvel guy, then forget everything else and start again with this. Start with the Man of Steel miniseries.
Okay.
Because what you had was a certain artist from Marvel left Marvel, came to DC, and they gave him a choice to take any character he wanted and do whatever he wanted. And he wanted Superman. So what they did was, the way Superman was prior to him getting there, all of that was ended. And they restarted Superman again. This time, basically, everything anybody under the age of 35 knows about Superman is all post that.
Okay.
His powers, his abilities. Basically, Marvel got a hold of Superman and redid the character. So if you start with the Man of Steel miniseries, I think you will have a better time with it, because there is an explanation for his powers. That's where you get the current version of Lex Luthor, who actually makes more sense and who's more, in my opinion, of a Marvel.
Earth's Superman. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got
It's you get the understanding of Lex Luthor in his current form, which he's more of a Marvel villain than he is how he was originally written in DC Comics. So
Yeah.
I tell people the Man of Steel miniseries is worth your time.
Oh, look who it is. You talking about the one by John Byrne?
Yep.
Dude,
Yep.
one of my favorites. I'm a huge She-Hulk fan from his run on that. And of course, he did Fantastic Four for a long time too.
Yeah, that's right. John Byrne reinvented Superman, and so DC Comics changed Superman to John Byrne's version of Superman.
1986. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
I will definitely get these back issues from Excalibur. No doubt. I will have them get them for me.
Also read All-Star Superman.
Oh, God, yes.
All-Star Superman. Okay. Cool.
It's just a graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what's
yeah,
another
it's
one
not
that
like I don't love the. Let me tell you something. Anybody that reads comic books roots for Superman because he is the OG. There is no other superheroes without him. I mean, we all root for him, and I loved, dude. I was 12 years old when Superman the movie came out, and it blew me away. Loved it.
Oh,
Thought it was
geez.
awesome. Yeah.
So it's a really well told movie.
Yeah, it is.
And again, as I was saying on one of my Thursday shows with John, what I love about that film was that Richard Donner had probably the very first and one of the very best Easter eggs in a comic book movie.
On your command, Counselor.
And it hides in plain sight.
I'm sorry. Say that again because I'm in the middle of answering somebody in the chat. I apologize. Say it again.
Richard Donner included an Easter egg in his Superman the movie film.
Okay. All right.
And it's one of the best.
Council will reward you.
And it is very simple.
May I trust you?
But many people miss it because it is so simple. But it's an Easter egg that reveals his Superman, the one that he looked up to, the one that he admired. And he's in the movie.
May have been the intention of those who.
Oh, you're talking about the guy from the TV show on the train. They play.
No.
Okay.
He died. Remember, he died.
That's right. He did. I forgot.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody keeps going back to George Reeves because his name is similar to Christopher Reeve. George Reeves was not the first Superman.
Okay.
Nope.
He was the second. Okay. He got his start in movies because they made Superman versus the Mole Men, but that was really a backdoor pilot to the Adventures of Superman television series.
Gotcha.
Okay. The first person to play Superman was Kirk Allen.
Fist to work.
And he's on the train with.
He's on the train. He's on the train with Noel Neal.
Isn't that supposed to be Lois as a little kid with her parents?
Yes, with her parents. Yes, that's exactly it. That's the Easter egg. That the little kid seeing Clark run.
I knew it was somebody from the past of the Superman story in media. I just didn't know all that about it. Yeah.
It's the first actor and the first actress to ever play Clark and Lois on film.
That's cool.
And I met Noel Neal years ago. Nice lady. She was an incredibly nice woman. She played the part or was affiliated with Superman all the way up to Superman Returns. She was in Superman Returns.
Really?
Yeah. She has a pivotal role in that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the widow that Lex Luthor is. Yeah, that's Noel Neal, the first woman to ever play Lois Lane, playing the widow who gives Lex Luthor all of her money.
Darius Munchausen sent you a super sticker, bro. Sent you a cup of coffee. I'm just letting you know. But yeah, you know what? I think that that was the last Superman movie that me and my brother went to see together. We used to make it a habit. We went to see every Superman movie together because we're both big comic book fans, right?
Yeah.
And actually, when Man of Steel came out, no, the last one we saw together was Man of Steel, the first one.
Mhm.
Let me play this thanks for Darius real quick. Sorry.
Go for it.
For that you get the head. For that you get the head. The whole damn thing. The whole damn thing.
One thing
Thank
you got
you
to
very much.
do that, buddy. You got to mute your shared screen because it causes an echo.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Everybody bags on Superman Returns. I enjoyed that movie. Me and my brother enjoyed it when we went and saw it. It was a cool homage to the Donner films, I thought. I mean,
that's exactly it. It is an homage to the Donner films, and there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah,
I would have.
I mean, the subplot with the son was what really dragged that movie down, if you ask me. But but I thought it was I thought Kevin Spacey, as much as people hate him now because of his real world exploits, I thought he was a really good Lex Luthor.
Yeah. Well, no, everybody seemed to really enjoy it, and the film did all right at the box office. I just think that there should have been more action in the film.
Yeah,
because
it was a little long in the tooth. Yeah,
they were trying to go for a lot of the acting stuff, and I didn't mind that so much. It's just that it's Superman. You now have the technology and the ability to be able to do stuff they didn't even think about doing when Donner was making.
When Donner was doing it, yeah, the whole rooftop with the friggin' bank robbers scene was fantastic. Seeing the bullet actually impact his eye and get squished and everything.
Well,
because it was the first one they could use CGI in.
Yeah,
it was really cool. Yeah,
actually, my favorite scene from that movie is a little bit of a throwaway scene in the film, but to me it symbolizes everything. Which is the scene where all of the damage is being done to Metropolis, and Superman flies through as the glass breaks, and he flies upside down just to be able to use his heat vision to basically take out all the glass. It's like, okay, that is a comic book move. That is that right there, and I just thought that's what I love about that entire sequence.
Yeah,
and watching what happened in the Matrix films told me that you could do so much more technologically now with the character of Superman. But that by the time you got to Superman Returns and he wasn't doing that, was to me kind of the disappointment.
A missed opportunity.
It was a missed opportunity. Now that doesn't mean I hated the film. I actually loved the film. But you could do so much more with the character,
right?
And he didn't, and that's
I
fine.
really, he was here locally at the Comic-Con a couple weeks ago. Brandon Routh was here, and I didn't get his signature.
Oh, Brandon Routh.
Yeah, he seems like a really nice guy. His hair was really long. Let me tell you, he didn't look like Superman anymore.
Well,
his hair is about shoulder length. That's a little bit shorter than mine.
He's a nice Midwestern guy.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, I loved him as Superman. I thought the Berlanti people. I thought he got misused by them on Arrow.
Yeah.
Because
but dude, his best version of Superman though is in the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh yeah.
Superman is really cool looking. It really is.
What I meant was the character that they ended up having him play.
Yeah.
On Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes.
Was that really was not the character that they told you that it was.
Right.
The character, the way he was written, really was Blue Beetle. He was Ted Kord, is who he was playing.
Okay.
And they didn't have the balls to write the character because of issues, stuff that they were wanting to plan out to do, a character that they were planning to do something with. And so at the 11th hour, they rewrote the character name. even though they have been given hints that Cord Industries, they kept using in Arrow, but they never showed you Ted Cord. Well, that's because Brandon Routh was going to play Ted Cord. His entire character and his character
Talk about
arc,
missed opportunity.
and the way that they used him on Legends of Tomorrow, that's all Ted Cord.
Yeah.
That his personality, everything, that's all Ted Cord. Ted Cord is nothing more than Tony Stark if he was not an asshole and actually a good guy.
Yeah. Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, see, I enjoyed the Arrowverse. Matter of fact, we're revisiting Arrow right now. But from what I understand, and like I said, I'm not a DC guy. I have never claimed to be. But from what I hear from other DC fans, and maybe you can confirm this or not, none of those characters really followed the comic book versions of them. They tweaked them here and there. Like Ollie, for instance, I was expecting the goatee, the Errol Flynn aesthetic. Yeah. And they made him more into a Batman character, is what it seemed like to me.
That's it. That was it. That was the selling point to the character. Look, let me say this. I like the fact that Berlanti did what he did, but I don't like the fact that he went. I don't like the fact, first of all, that he kept leaving all his projects. He'd start something, he'd wait 2 or 3 years, and then he'd leave. And leave his business partner, his writing partner, would then become the showrunner of the show, Guggenheim. I don't think Guggenheim's that good of a writer at all. I think Guggenheim is just not that solid. I don't hate the guy. I've heard him interviewed. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he would be a guy that I could get a beer with, and but I would tell him, I just don't believe you're one of the strongest writers out there.
Are these the writers of the Arrowverse? I mean, I'm a little
yeah. Mark Guggenheim. Okay, Greg Berlanti created Arrow.
Okay,
he stayed in control of the show, and then he left somewhere around either at the end of season 2.
It shows.
Yeah.
You can tell.
So to me, Arrow ends once you get to season 3.
Yeah.
So to me, as far as the comic book stuff and all of that, the show is good until you get to season 3, and then I'm out.
Yeah.
And
it became really campy after that point. And
that's right.
I mean, the height of camp is my favorite, or excuse me, my wife's favorite one, and that's Legends of Tomorrow. She loved that show, and that's totally check your brain at the door stuff right there. It really is.
Well, it's the whole flashback thing where you continue to go into the show, and you have to ask yourself, hey, how long are we going to keep doing this flashback thing? I mean, he was only on that island for a few years, and we've already, I mean, it's kind of like MASH, where the television version of the war lasts longer than the war itself.
Right.
And you get to that point with MASH, where, I mean, with Arrow, and he's doing flashbacks longer than he was gone. And, and it's just like, and then when they brought in Ra's al Ghul, I was truly out. I was just like, no. I knew
that was a Batman character. I was like, why is he having anything to do with Ra's al Ghul? What is this?
And then the whole thing with Constantine. Look,
if they got anything right, it was the casting of John Constantine, though.
No. That's the thing. They're not responsible for that.
I know.
Nope.
I know it was a carryover from the original Constantine television show that they were doing on, wasn't it CBS? It's the same company.
NBC. Yeah. No, not the same company. That's the other thing about it.
Okay.
What it was that they had a Constantine show on NBC.
I remember I watched it. Yeah. NBC, I hated they canceled it.
Yes. What it was that NBC was trying to jump on the bandwagon to get all the fans of Supernatural.
Okay.
And the thing about it is they wanted the Supernatural fans, but they didn't want to go as far as what they went with Supernatural, because they went pretty far and pretty dark on some of those episodes of Supernatural. They didn't want to go as far because it's NBC. You know, NBC is the flagship network for all TV networks. And and the moment that they had announced Constantine, I was both really happy but also very sad because I knew that NBC wasn't gonna they weren't gonna go that far with it, which is too bad because that's really what that's really what the comics were like.
Yeah.
And so
Maybe I'll let
the show should have been on HBO in my opinion.
Right.
It should have been an
go
HBO
ahead and go that far.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so what they did to the character when they brought him into the Berlanti-verse was that he was like a G-rated version of James Bond.
Yeah.
Basically, how they're going to make James Bond films now for Amazon is basically what they did to Constantine. They're going to neuter.
Amazon's got their hands on Bond?
Yeah, they bought the Bond rights, which means you like what they're doing with Tolkien, get set for Bond because Eon Productions has already unveiled what they're going to be doing. They told everybody exactly what they're going to do. They're basically going to they're going to make Bond go from being a guy that can drink martinis shaken not stirred. It'll go to that to soy lattes. He's going to have a steady girl. He'll be interested in her. He won't be as promiscuous. He won't. They listed out.
Stop it, please! You're breaking my heart.
No. This is what the people who hold the rights to the movies said this in interviews. This is what they're doing. As soon as Daniel Craig was done, they unveiled their new thoughts. And I keep telling people that's the number one reason why Idris Elba decided to not pursue being Bond.
You have the gold. My pet artist will make
Unbelievable. I'm looking for my Bond book right now. I don't know where I've put it here in the room, but I've got a book of all the posters from the movies.
Yeah, it's going to be Soy Bond. And it's the real reason why everybody whose name was mentioned for Bond. Remember, they had all these actors named to be the next Bond. Notice you stopped hearing all these names because a lot of these actors decided not to pursue it. They
thank you.
Because it's not a cool character to play anymore. I totally.
That's right. That's
the
right.
last one. The last one I heard was Taylor. I don't know the kid's first name.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Taylor Johnson. That's who they mentioned that they want. Now, is Aaron Taylor Johnson going to be the next Bond? He could be. I mean, he's British. He's British. He's got after he did Bullet Train. I can definitely he can be trained and he can definitely do a lot of the action stunts. He looks really good doing that stuff. But here's the thing. He's in his 30s, but he still looks like he's in his 20s.
Right.
And is he gonna want to play a Bond that is
not if he's British? Not if he's British, he won't do it. I don't think he would. Not unless they throw a lot of money at him.
Amazon's got a lot of money. Look.
I know that, but I mean, Tim's got a good point here that those movies should only be set in the 60s and 70s. Yes, he's a Cold War character, no doubt. Absolutely.
Well, you know what? I agree up until the John Gardner books came out. And that's the reason why I said that Idris Elba could have been Bond if you did the John Gardner books. In fact, I said what you should do is you should go ahead and continue to make the movies. Find someone who is age appropriate between the ages of 27 and 40. Okay? But the Bond that you have in the John Gardner books is someone who's over the age of 40. Okay. So you should, because that's the whole thing with Idris Elba. I kept telling people, Idris Elba was never going to be cast as Bond because he was too old.
Yeah.
That's it. That was the only reason he had. Sean Connery told everybody what the formula was. He had said that in interviews, and he said one of his most famous interviews. He was asked about it, and he said, "Look, James Bond is someone who is between the ages of 27 and 40,
and single,
and single.
Ready to mingle.
But
Right?
but once you go over 40, you given some of the things that Bond is asked to do, it becomes less and less likely for someone over the age of 40 to be able to do some of the things that Bond has done.
Right.
That's it. That is the number one reason. And so the John Gardner books are about an older, more sophisticated Bond who has to do things differently. He's still the same Bond, but now he uses, he's an older man who thinks things through and
He's the never say never again Bond.
He's better than that. He's better than that. Anything
you know what I'm pointing at?
Anything written by the guy who wrote Batman TV series can't be Batman. That's part of the reason why that movie failed. That script was dog pile. So, but any of the John Gardner books, I highly recommend, especially Icebreaker. Icebreaker is awesome with a torture scene that's even worse than Casino Royale.
Ooh, really? Wow.
Yeah, because it combines.
Now, when did these books come out? Because I have read one book. I can't remember exactly.
Oh, you'll remember these books.
Okay.
It's if you took Ian Fleming and
John
gave
Gardner.
him
Hang on.
and gave him the Hunt for Red October treatment.
Okay, gotcha.
John Gardner writes like that. His books are thick. I mean, if you've seen how big Ian Fleming's books are, it takes about 4 or 5 of those books to make one John Gardner book.
Wow.
And there's a lot of that kind of detail in there so that there's no mistaking Bond's abilities. And on top of that, everything's changed. Now, because the books came out in the 80s, you're dealing with the 80s as a whole. So Thatcher, cost cutting. So they shut down the 00 program is the main thing in the books. M is no longer the head of that.
He wrote the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I think the name of it is License Renewed. I think that's the one I read.
Yep. There are more books after that story. Icebreaker is one of them.
There's a ton of these, it looks like.
Yeah. Icebreaker, I highly recommend because the beginning
he
of
wrote
that...
GoldenEye? Really? Okay. Wow. How close to? Let me ask you something. How close to the film is this book? I mean, how close really did they do it?
You know what? That's the only one I haven't read. But given everything he wrote up to that, he wrote License to Kill. He wrote the novelization to that. The way he writes, to me, is a little more realistic.
But the Bond villains, correct me if I'm wrong, the one I read, the Bond villain had a physical defect. Most of the Bond villains do, and I can't remember. It's been so long since I read that.
If you combine Ian Fleming with Tom Clancy, that's the way John Gardner
That's exactly
writes.
the way I felt reading that book. Yes,
that's absolutely. Okay. That's John Gardner. And
That's
so
awesome.
if you like both those, you are gonna love John Gardner's Bond.
Yeah. And I could definitely see Idris Alba in that universe.
Oh, heck yes. Heck yes.
Absolutely.
Because he's at the right age and he could still do it. And every year they wait is a wasted opportunity because he could play Bond older. With his Aston Martin and everything else.
When they first had rumors that they were going to make James Bond a code name kind of thing and just change people that took up the moniker, I thought that would be a great way to get Idris Alba into the picture because, let me tell you something. You guys can say what you want. I love Idris Alba. I love everything he's ever done. There's nothing, look, I'm a huge fan of the Dark Tower books. And that movie is not what we were hoping for, but it's like a tribute to that storyline. You know what I mean? And I loved, you can laugh at me all you want. I love that movie. Yeah, I do. I think that it was perfectly cast, and it is not the books, no doubt about it. If you've seen that movie and get turned off by the Dark Tower series, you are messing up because it's Stephen King's Lord of the Rings. It is freaking awesome. The stuff is great, but the movie is definitely not that. But I saw him in that, and I was like, man, is there anything this guy does not add gravitas to? He's fucking fantastic. I love him.
He is.
He's awesome.
He is.
Yep.
And you know what? Idris Elba, to me, was really good in the movie The Losers.
Holy crap.
Mm-hmm. Fire! Don't stand in the fire, sir. What
I
is it with
didn't.
you?
They did that.
You better run. Oh,
Wow.
did it kill you? Oh, no.
Just about.
Oh, no.
Leroy
Somebody's down.
Jenkins.
Nobody was watching what John was doing. You went
Wow.
off the AD train.
Oh, my God.
Nobody was
Yeah.
watching
Leroy
John.
Jenkins.
I'm telling you, man. What did they do? Drop one of those chandeliers on you?
Oh no, there's oil all over the place and it went boom.
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez, dude.
Oh, wow. You gonna be able to get out of that? Oh, shit.
That's what we call a trap.
I'm telling you, they straight screwed him, man. I hope you saved. This is going to be rough for him to get out of because I see one teammate at least that's down and not getting up. You see that dial there, Keith? That means that guy's down. He's going to have to do some work to get that guy up. He's not dead, but he's damn close.
Ooh, extra crispy.
Man. Wow. Dude.
Somebody call Colonel Sanders.
Oh, my God. Wow. All right. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Yep.
Extra crispy, what the?
Wow. It's Team Bucket.
My bear's dead.
Your bear's dead. Oh, it's time for you to go.
The whole place got nuked.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry, man. It's time to go John Wick. Is there a John Wick button on this? They killed your bear, man.
Yeah. Go John Wick.
Take your
Oh, good. Fire's out. Except on her.
Wow.
There's some guy around here somewhere I got to find.
Got to move.
All the loot got destroyed.
Ah, jeez.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. You're going to have to kill yourself, some people. They killed your bear, man.
You will not take me.
They killed... Everybody's already pretty much dead.
Pretty much.
This was all about the loot, and now it's all gone.
Who's that loser?
Oh, he's somebody that was captured by them.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Figure out how to get up there.
I got one leg over my shoulder, another leg over my shoulder.
Oh, now he tells me.
Tells you what?
That they've got oil everywhere. To watch the torches.
Oh, that guy you have to kill right now. You got to have to kill him now.
Peter Venkman fanside is here.
Yep. Hello.
Hi, you.
Howdy, howdy. Yep, it's all fun and games until they kill your bear.
Oh, I can resummon him.
Yeah, but then you won't have a reason to go all John Wick on everybody. Come on, man.
He doesn't need a reason. He's
Oh,
killing
good point.
kids, for Christ's sake.
Oh, jeez.
They were goblins.
I know. I know. I was on your side, remember? It was my team bitching about them being kids. I had your back on that. I'm just saying.
Kids
John,
with weird
you
ears.
looked a little animated there for a second when I was sitting down. What happened, man? Oh man, he must be into it. He's not even answering.
No, I sorry, I want to get this, at least hit this guy. The whole room blew up.
Yeah, saw that.
And then they were getting on to me about killing kids, which
I wasn't getting on to you. I was telling you to go all John Wick. Just anything that isn't you has to die.
The younglings. Yes, we did this a couple of days to him, man, about the younglings, killing the younglings, because it was a bunch of small goblins.
Tim is still at it.
Master Daswolfen? Master Daswolfen? Is it safe?
What do we do? Yeah, that famous scene.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Oh, okay, shit.
Well,
oh man.
See that's a deal breaker for most women right there. Padme should have just like, you know what? I'm done with you.
I'm done with you. See ya. If you're gonna kill our kids, then I can't be hanging out with you. Sorry about that. No. But yeah, I had to go get some coffee. It was going through me.
Hey, it's all good.
Yeah.
Coffee does that.
Yeah, it does.
I had my first coffee today in like almost a week. I destroyed my stomach with coffee.
Wow.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Man, I was stressing for more than 2 weeks, so I wasn't.
I'm sure you
right?
were.
I still had to make it through my shift, so I was running on coffee because stress is fucking up my stomach. And
You know what?
Really bad Monday and Tuesday.
That's what tea is for. Tea can
Not
keep you going.
Not a fan of tea. Not a fan of tea.
Tea's even worse. I don't like black tea, and green tea on an empty stomach is worse than coffee with me for whatever weird reason, because there's nothing in it really. But green tea on an empty stomach is a solid no-go.
Wow.
in the music box.
That reminds me of From. The magic music box.
Ah. Yes, John. What is best in life?
Not to get blown up.
Not to get blown up. Did you have to reload it, man?
No, everybody survived.
Okay, wow. See, I'm telling you, you can keep saying I'm only level 5. You're getting better at this game, dude. I'm sorry. That would have been a reload moment for you a week ago.
Probably.
That's definitely going through the getting through the fire there.
Yeah. But it looks like you could still use some healing, though.
Oh yeah.
Everybody can use some healing.
Right.
We're going to take a long rest here as soon as I finish talking to these. Find that guy I was talking to. There he is. He's up here.
Okay.
This is their pet artist that they. I still made 500 and something gold. So.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I say have him answer a few questions, then threaten to kill him.
I swear it.
Well, you got to remember he's playing a good character, so he can't do that.
Chaotic good.
Yeah. No, that's not chaotic good, are you? You're not chaotic good, are you?
That's what he keeps saying.
You are? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See? Pay attention, Joe.
Okay. Well, I just know I used to play a chaotic good character. That means you just kill evil as soon as you see it. Yeah.
No, that's
but he's running
awful good.
But he's running around with 3 evil characters. So, hey.
A genuine pleasure.
Actually, 2 evil characters right now and 1 good one that used to be evil.
She was never evil. She was forced into it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
We're
what
talking about the giant
she was only
demon
killing
behind
demons.
her.
The best character of us is her, the demon looking one.
Yeah. She's awesome. I love her.
I shall offer to bleed the evil out of you, sir.
It was never said. There were,
The evil emo chick is cool, but
before my
Yeah.
fame,
She gets better.
there was another woman, one I planned to spend my life with. But when Lady Janeth offered me a future, well, it felt only right to mention my past. Right, but
Is it just me, or
unwise.
does he look a little like Joaquin Phoenix?
I was forced to retreat into
Joaquin.
to paint and to clear my head, to choose, I suppose.
Wait a minute. Then you told her you slept with her sister. Well, no wonder she's. Can't confess to things like that, dude.
right?
Their objective perfection is what caught these bastards' eyes to
Yeah.
begin with.
Well, I mean, look at his face. He looks a little like Joaquin Phoenix.
There.
Well,
With
yeah.
his hair colored and okay, well, yeah, I guess in the film Joker, I could see that.
Yeah.
With his hair colored. Yeah.
Yeah. If his hair were a lot greener or darker, yeah.
Yeah. The hair is about the same length.
No coin. Mightily imprudent of you.
Just be glad I didn't kill you.
Suppose I can endure the walk
Yeah.
sober.
Oh, I ain't carrying your butt.
Yeah, he wanted me to give him coin so he can buy alcohol for the road back, and I'm like, get it yourself.
Is he coming with us or no?
Oh
Here.
no, he's off on his own.
I would have told him, well, let's check to see what the magic middle finger has to say.
The magic middle finger. You're number one, pal.
Well, not today, son. Not today.
I've got to figure out how to get back here.
Uh-oh. Where's that Google map of yours?
Well, I'm looking at it, so I'm not paying attention to the chat or anything, so I can't see what's going on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, apparently there were 22 comments that I missed.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Tim,
It's mostly
I don't kill young
us bantering with
they were
Tim.
goblins.
Hey, John, you don't have to explain to me, man. I accept you for who you is.
Peter Venkman's fan site has shown up, though.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah,
Those wolves?
Mentioned her a second ago.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, Jarg's still alive.
I was
Jarg?
trying to keep up with people showing up in chat. I even made you a list.
Yep.
In case you want to say goodbye to them individually at the end.
Yep.
Okay,
There's a
thank
list
you.
there.
Tempers are rising.
She has been creating the list, no
Everything
doubt.
you find is at your disposal.
I'm just trying to sort of fill it in for Martin. It's important to.
You are
our
doing a
chat.
great job.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the fact that we're not seeing many comments tells you how much Martin does in the background. Let me tell you.
That's
No
right.
doubt.
You to move along.
Yep.
And
It's
for
kinda
those
hard.
that's
Last night during my show, John actually piped in and said, "You need a producer because it's tough. It's tough to do both, man. It is.
Yeah.
Tough
I was
to
just
get
making
everything together.
a joke.
Yeah, I know, but it is. My
Oh, yeah.
brother has said that, and actually, you know, the show me and my brother do. We actually tried to train a friend of his to do it for us.
It's
And he never
difficult to host and do the chat at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it takes concentration and that takes you away from actively doing stuff.
That's
Exactly.
right.
I miss half the jokes. We have a guy that runs with us that is great at sarcastic humor. His name's Small Time Republic, Matt. And
Oh, we all know
I
him.
miss half of the jokes he puts out because I'm so busy concentrating on the chat and everything else. You know, they'll go right over my head like a NASCAR. You know what I mean? You know.
it is definitely hard to be the life of the party when you're serving drinks.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. Although I did that for 18 years as a bartender.
I was just going
Really
to
good
say,
at
you're
it.
talking to a bartender and a waitress here. So
Yes.
Yeah. I just gave him because I get Natural Explorer. One of them is
Mhm.
Wasteland Wanderer Fire. You spent endless days surviving forbidden deserts. You gain resistance to fire damage. I
you
figured that
just
was a
leveled
good
up,
one for
right?
him.
Yes! Hell yeah! As much as they're throwing fire at your ass, that's awesome.
That's
this
right.
gives me sleight of hand, which means I can open locks and
And
disarm
get all that
traps
filthy
better.
loot. Yes.
Yeah, I see money in the future.
Yes.
I'll
Filthy
I'll
and
get this-
otherwise.
I'll get this again. So, and then I get to replace a spell because there's one that I don't want.
Yep.
Where is it? No.
Even the
actually,
good
no, I wanna
money,
keep
it
all
only
those.
takes a little time.
Yeah.
Restoration, Heal Wounds, Hail of Thorns. I never hit with that. I should get rid of that.
Hey, you play and you learn, right?
Yep.
But yeah, this is this part of the game is when he needs folks like the three of us hanging out and talking. Because let me tell you, when I play DC Universe Online, when it comes to the logistical part of the game, I don't even do it. I have like 20 different characters that I can play with. And what I'll do is I'll play, I play the same amount he does for 2 hours. And what I'll do is I'll play as one character for a while. And as soon as their inventory is full up, I switch characters because I don't want to bore my viewing audience with a bunch of logistics,
Well, I'm leveling up, so.
Yeah, you've got to do it. I mean, if you're going to continue in the game, because the next opponents he faces are going to be tougher every time. So you do have to do the leveling up and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, I'm letting them know that we know this can be boring, and that's why we do the commentary and stuff. And I love her, man. I'm in love with this chick right here. I think she's awesome.
Oh yeah, she's cool.
Yep. You need to run away with her in the end, dude. No doubt. Really, if you've been watching, Keith, this character's great. She really is. Her each one of them will have a different way that they'll just stand there, and hers is dancing.
Yeah, she'll just
start dancing.
Out dancing because she's so happy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, baby.
Get rid of that helmet. You've got the chance to do it now.
Yeah.
Actually, is it like DCUO? Can you wear the helmet and have the aesthetic that she's not wearing it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then lose the aesthetic. Keep the helmet on, but lose the aesthetic.
I'm going to.
Well, in DC Universe, Online, to keep your character looking the same, Keith, as you get gear, they're all different styles.
Yeah.
And you can lock the style down. In other words, you get the better combat rating, the better stats from it and everything, but you don't have to put the style on. You know what I mean? So that's what I was asking about. And you still didn't lose the helmet. Look at you.
I've got to do that in another menu.
Oh, okay.
I can do that at any time. I just have it.
Okay, doke.
She's the evil one.
She is the pure evil one. And she's just mad at the world because she's got a big upper lip and a short nose. That's what it is.
Yeah, I already gave her great weapon master.
She's not happy with her appearance, so she's not happy with anything.
No, she's not.
What do you call that? Resting bitch face? Is that what
I would not be happy if I had to wear that, to be honest. Like, this doesn't look comfortable or protective in any way.
No.
I
stab you in the thigh.
Men are designing those.
Yes.
That's design made by men who have no idea what it's like to be a woman wearing armor like that.
What?
Damn it, man. RBF.
There. That's what she looks like without the helmet.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just now reading what
Well, what do you know?
what Tim's saying. Yes, I was that kind of bartender when I had time.
It's what you do when you're a good bartender. You have a psychologist.
Well, look, it was so funny. These guys would walk up, and I worked at places. Look, not these little corner pubs. I worked at what we called meat markets back then in the late 80s and 90s.
Oh, yeah.
A place where you needed track shoes to keep up. You're 3 deep on a Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah.
People just clamoring for drinks. And so a lot of times I didn't have time for that. But when things slowed down and people would talk to me, the most common thing that happened was, excuse me, these young guys walking up to me. How do you get so many girls at the bar? And I'm like, dude, first of all, I've got their drug of choice back here. You know, that's why they're here. You know, I said, secondly, just be yourself and don't go looking for them. And they're like, don't go looking for them. That's what I'm here for. I said, no, you don't understand what I'm saying. It's what you're putting out, man. You know, all you have to do is have a good time. Be yourself and have a good time. Somebody is going to see you having a good time and want to have a good time with you. Don't look. That's when, when you stop being so self-conscious to where you're worried about how you look and how you're acting, blah, 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 blah. That's fake. Just be yourself and somebody will like it. Trust me, you know? And that's what I always told them, you know?
Yep.
But then again, there's a lot of guys, and I've said this a million times, and I think it has everything to do with the state of the world, why we have confrontations and everything. I think self-esteem is one of the hardest things for people to achieve. I think it's one of the hardest things for people to achieve. It took me a while to achieve it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I'm worth something and I don't have to worry about what other people think. Yep. You know, and that is so hard for some people to get through their heads, you know? And I think it has a lot to do with why people do mean stuff and because they're just not happy with themselves, you know? If you just worry about,
listen, I need to speak to you.
The fact that, hey, I was put here for a reason. I don't know what it is, but I'm just going to do the next right thing and see what happens. Your whole life will change, man. Really. So yeah, I did do that, Tim. I gave advice. Yes, I did. I did.
A proper bartender does.
Yep.
I am is a walking shadow of the promise.
And what am I doing now? Working with addicts. I'm just not fueling them anymore.
Yeah.
Not only control the weave, but compose it, much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother.
Yeah,
of magic
if you don't. Since Keith doesn't know who this is my magic user, Gale.
Hey, Dale.
To me, and she became
he eats magic items.
Yep.
He what?
He has to absorb magic items, or thing is, he's got a
what?
He's got he absorbed this powerful object. And if he doesn't absorb magic items, it'll explode.
See, no matter how powerful a wizard
it's kind of like speed, you know. He can't go below 55 miles an hour.
Yeah. Now later on, Elminster shows up and
there are boundaries,
kind of helps him out a little bit and makes it so he can release it all at once and explode. But that's supposed to be like how he's
precipice.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding, man. But yeah, he's going to need this mage eventually. He's not taking all these party members with him. He's got a limit. He can only take 3 guys with him. So different missions, he's going to need this guy in the future.
Yeah.
Pouted, pleaded, swore my
like I could swap them. I can only have 4 party members.
He smiled and told me to be content.
Now
that's why we never have a healer.
Seems to me now
I can get mods that
wasn't satisfied.
lets me take more,
so I sought to prove
and then increases the difficulty of the game. Make more hit points, more enemies, that sort of thing.
I share the story behind it, or would you rather head
but I didn't feel like putting that in there.
Yeah. So Keith, what do you think of this game, man?
It's pretty cool.
You're an ancient book.
Lots of characters to talk to.
Right. I used to play this game when it was graph paper and pewter figures and all that stuff, and I just love the evolution of it. I think visually this game is freaking great, man. It really is pretty cool. It's like it plays a lot like Dragon Age. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. The story so far has been great, and the cinematics and stuff are awesome. They really are.
Oh, you haven't even got to the good stuff yet.
I know. We're just scratching the surface.
We're still in Act 1.
Right.
Hey, there's Martine. He must have got phone access.
Uh-oh.
Place your hand.
What's up, Big Daddy? Good to see you.
Martine.
Okay, this is getting a little weird, Gale.
Uh-oh. What's going on here?
As you realize Gale is letting you in.
into the dark.
Okay, that's not too weird. That's not too weird.
Down corridors of dread.
Yeah, he's basically showing me what happened.
Well,
Okay.
Basically, there's a piece of primordial weave, which is the magic of the universe, that he found that was locked away from Mystara. Well, it ended up inside of him.
Okay. Gotcha.
through and becomes part of you.
Did you get your business done, buddy?
Once is it ever.
They
I
just got
hope
out.
so.
It looks like he survived the bureaucracy.
Yeah. Are you still wrapped up in? Are you mummified in red tape yet? What's the deal?
Kill me outright.
Yeah, basically, we're going to be done here in a second. As soon as I get done with Gale, then I'm going to go do a long rest and call it a day.
A better word is balled up inside my chest. It needs to be fed.
Shanatsky's saying he wants to play online with you.
Potent enough sources.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm on GOG, so
I'd ever to fully destabilize. However,
we would have to, I'm sure that they can play together. I have to find out.
rather worse.
I'm not sure Gary is into this kind of game, though.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm looking at Martin's last comment. He said, I hope both characters get concerned.
It's what he does. Make remarks like
There
that.
there was an intimacy coordinator, so you're good. And I'm not joking. I'm not joking. For all the adult scenes that are in this game that I've got turned off,
Wow.
they actually hired an intimacy coordinator.
Even for a computer game?
Yep.
That is just, oh God, that's ridiculous.
I chance upon a
Oh,
king's
It gives a little not gravitas. Okay, it's a bad move, but hey, it's the game. Come on.
Yeah.
It must feel like a betrayal.
Yes,
he
it
wants me
does.
to-
Say the word.
I can
I
kick
will
him out because
always.
he's got this bomb in his chest, but I'm not going to.
Oh, jeez.
I need him.
Yeah, he's going to need a magic user. Look, you always need a magic user at some point in a campaign in Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, I'm low
There's
enough.
no
I can
way
get,
of getting
I
around
can get
it.
by with
From
2
all
fighters, a
of you,
cleric,
valid
and
heart,
my ranger.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I thank you all.
I
understand
It's going to
definitely
make your life a
on
lot easier down the line, though. I guarantee you.
humbled.
Yeah, there's times I'm going to need AOE attacks,
Either
and I
way,
just
I
don't
will-
have them in this
Mhm.
group.
And that's what he's good for, no doubt.
I stand at a precipice.
Yeah,
But
it's
if
got
you
a
do
nice
not
little
give up
spell
hope,
called
neither shall
Fireball.
I. I'll fight. This, as long
Even
as
the bear.
Even I am tired of the
Here's
sound of my
Martin's
own
answer to that.
The intimacy
Let us venture
coordinator was for
Okay,
the bear
good.
scene.
That's enough him talking. Oh, great. Okay, well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to save it here.
Save the game. Then you can take care of your logistics after we get out of here, man. Yeah.
Yeah. We're a little
And
over 2
boom.
hours. So.
That way you can take your
Yeah.
time and do it right. That's it.
That's the best way to go.
Yep.
So, okay, now that that's done, let me quit the game. Although I'm just going to reopen it later to play my other character.
He's all about Baldur's Gate until Starfield gets
Yeah,
kicked
Starfield
in.
comes out next week, and I want to get through the campaign before next week, and then I can play Starfield without guilt.
So it's time to finish up DC. Yep. Or
Yep.
DC, listen to me.
D&D.
D&D. Yeah.
Yep. So, but I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. We had quite a big, fairly good sized group. We had a Polynesian Minion, Lady V, Tim, Real Wade Nation, Shanatsky, Darius Munchausen, who left us a $4 super sticker, the pair
Thanks
with the
for
coffee.
that.
Yep.
Vinkman's Girl, and of course, Martine shows up. So I'd like to thank everybody. I would like to thank everybody on the panel for keeping everybody entertained while I was so focused on the game at times. And you all have a good day. Now, this afternoon is TGIF.
TGIF. Yep.
And with Keith leading the discussion.
What?
What?
Oh, okay. Well, we forgot to tell you that part, did we?
Okay, I'll be ready.
Okay. Well, we're going to be talking about AI. We're going to be talking about Disney's downfall.
Ooh.
and a few other stories that have been popping up this week.
Yeah.
So hopefully you'll all join us for that. And
all I can say is I'm not going to be there for the show, but I will tell everybody, keep an eye on what's going on Capitol Hill with the AI conference. No doubt.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be discussing today. Because that's coming up here in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
So
I like that one.
And so thank you all for being here, and I hope you have a nice afternoon. We hope to see you this afternoon. Have a good day.
Take care, guys.
See you
We'll
guys.
see you.